Welcome everybody, I'm Absurdum, and I'm excited to be back. We're going to play some Far Away From Home. This is a game that's a demo out on Steam right now, so you too, if you see this, can go ahead and play it. I know it's been a while, so hopefully everything is set up okay with OBS. I've moved and OBS was throwing a fit because I haven't opened it in a long time, so I had to go through, do some test recordings, check some things out, and make sure we're still right. And as you can see, if you're keen-eyed here, there's a continue option. I actually recorded the first video for this already, but there were some technical issues with the recording, with OBS, the sound still wasn't quite right, yada yada yada, and I thought, you know what, we'll record it again. I spent like the first half of the video really just stumbling through the game mechanics, trying to get a feel for them anyways. So between that and the fact that it wasn't recording quite right and a bunch of other silliness, I was like, you know what, we'll do it over again. What's a mulligan, right? A few problems here and there, you know, won't normally stop me and make me re-record something, but considering this is the first video and this is the first time I've put out a video in years and so forth and so on, I was like, you know what, let's just get it right. So we're going to do a new game. Now, immediately we get an option here, which is really, really cool, especially for the demo, to either just get into the gameplay and to see what that's like, or to give the full story. Now, since I've played this a little bit, and I didn't do the full story last time either, but there is a fair amount of story, just enough to understand a bit of personality of the characters and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure that when this game comes out, like in a week, we will definitely be playing it. I don't want to go over the story twice, basically. We'll save it for when we do the real playthrough. So it's going to be maybe a little bit confusing exactly what's going on, but I mean, it's not. We're being attacked by things, we're attacking back, right? That's really all we need to know. So let's go ahead and just do the gameplay. I want to save the story for when we're really playing this, because I'm really excited for this game, now that I've played it a little bit. Hey, you guys caught up. Thanks to the rings, we probably wouldn't have. Obviously, we don't know what they're talking about. One of the major complaints I've had, and these are all very minor complaints, is that the text is very slow to type. I did see that the publisher posted something on Steam that he's getting feedback from the demo, of course, in hopes to make some quality of life changes. The game's going to come out real soon, so I don't know how much he's going to be able to do with that, but hopefully soon that's something that they can work on. I didn't see anything in the settings for it, which is very unfortunate, and I'm kind of afraid to click through it to see if that. Sometimes when you click slow text, it pops all up. Sometimes it just passes it all together. Maybe we can do it. There you go. Okay, so it doesn't skip it. That's good enough. Why'd you start running as soon as we came after you? Looked like you were gonna try to stop me. You were going to. This is insane. Did they notice us yet? Yes. Well, we have their attention now. Unintelligent grunting and troughs. What are we gonna do? Don't worry, I got this. Grunts and growls back. I can't wait to know more about what the heck that is, because it's hilarious to me that she saw werewolves and was like, growl. What the hell was that? You trying to set them off? I'm serious, it grunts. Howling noise, I can't howl. Ooh, let's see, I tried. The dog just is like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'll get in on that. You know, it's true though, too, especially with like huskies, which I'm assuming that dog is some type of husky-esque dog. They just love to howl. It's adorable. Let's run away. No, now looks like a good time to run away. I'm not sure if we can. Well, no choice then. Stick together, watch each other's backs. Also, we should try not to kill them if possible. In case we're stuck here. Just trying to think ahead. Any place in their lives before mine. No promises. It's up here they come. This guy's got an attitude. He's street tough. Alright, so real basic win conditions here. Don't die. Fair enough. Hold it. First, let's ask you. Gonna be able to manage? Some of you look like you know your way around a fight. This is something else. Yeah, I have a feeling the girl with the giant katana probably knows how to manage this. Gotten to scrap before, but not like this. What tips you got? So this is basically a tutorial on the turn list, which I very much like over here. You can see kind of in the bottom right that that's more or less how it's going to play out in the order. That's more or less what's going on there. And there's a lot going on right here, which I kind of like. A bit of statuses, supplies I imagine are just like things that we have on us. So what I think is really interesting here from what I can tell you don't have like items in your inventory. Like I don't have a soda. We have supplies, like a generic supply number, and it just takes away from that, like kind of like a currency. I really like that, but at the same time, it feels really weird to me that like you just don't actually have a hot dog on your churches. That is to say that. But that's an interesting mechanic we have to get in. And otherwise, people have skills. They cost FP. FP is kind of like mana. They're focus points. People have HP. They have attacks. You can move. I did notice that if you attack before moving, then you can no longer move. But if you do move and not like it, then you can unmove. So that's interesting to see too. So why don't we go maybe over this way. He has an ability called Steroid that will increase people's damage, painkillers, which increases defense, and Salve, which heals people's HP. He's got quite the range on this. We'll go ahead and throw that under. Attack up for 2 turns. I don't know how meaningful that's going to be. Let's go here. And I think we're just going to wait. And this game is very much adaptable to keyboard and mouse, and also just controls if you wanted. I think there is just a keyboard-only option, which is pretty nice too. I'll probably do a mix between this. Maybe I'll give the controller a shot. I have a controller that's pretty decent, but it can be kind of loud when I click the buttons, so I don't typically use it. Also, when it comes down to it, I just use a keyboard more. But we'll see how things go. I'll move you here for right now. Do you have an ability that I would want to use, something to prep you with? It does not seem so. So for now, we'll just kind of keep it there. Wait, that'll get you some of your AT back as well. The dog here is an interesting character because of a couple of reasons. He can actually do stuff called partner up for 2 different reasons. You can partner up with somebody and take a damage in their place. You can partner up with somebody and counterattack when they're attacked. And then he has a calming presence, which kind of heals people's FP. What, however, you do, though, is they're basically glued to him. So that's something I did kind of screw with before. They just kind of stand on the same tile, which is cool. But I don't really see too many uses for something like that. Maybe that's the better way to put it. Let's go here. I am going to use an ability called Calming Presence to get whatever FP we have used back. I really like the way skills and stuff look in this. I feel like some of the pixel art, while I like all the pixel art, I feel like some of the pixel art doesn't match other styles of the pixel art, but yeah, that's not really a big deal. This game is made by a solo dev I did see on their Twitter. So already I'm just impressed. I'm gonna head up to the top left here and see if we can get in and get rocking on these 2 guys before what I imagine will be a more main battle. So I took 17 health damage. Now this is an interesting thing that popped up here. I really kind of scrambled at first with this, but since I already got a keen idea, I can explain it a lot better and faster to you guys. Basically, there's 2 types of characters. We have characters that have fists and characters that have shoes. I don't know of a better way to do it. They call it endurance and focus. So endurance characters have HP that they act like normal. You take damage, you use damage, heal the damage, just as you would with any normal character. Think of endurance as a very typical kind of RPG. But the focus characters take damage to their focus, though. Once they lose focus all the way, then they can get hit once and they're done. And that's basically what's in here. Focus unit will not be defeated if they lose all their FP, but the next successful strike them down, unless some FP is being restored. So this is a slightly different mechanic. I've never seen it in another game that I can think of. Maybe there is games that do that, but like I said, that's new to me, so it's very interesting. It gives you one more thing, or at least I should say, it gives me one more thing to try to keep in the back of my mind. What character does what. So here we have that Simon is the doctor, and the doctor will heal wounds, and Claster the dog will heal FP. And then we can also eat hot dogs and stuff like that. In a nutshell, that's kind of how that works. What I find really interesting about it then is you have characters who have to kind of sacrifice their health in a way to cast abilities, which I like when there's characters or classes in other games and RPGs that have like blood magic or whatever, and they have to use their health. That's really cool, but it's interesting to see a little bit more wide here. So I want to see if we can move here. This chica here has a really cool ability called Wind Slash, or I'm sorry, Sonic Boom. I don't think, yep, I can, even though she's here, it won't hit allies, which is really cool, but it can kind of scan through and hit multiple people. If I click here, I can't get an idea of what it's going to do to them, which is kind of unfortunate, because there is a chance for them to miss and whatnot, but I was really hoping to get an idea. Attacking enemies from the sides gives a small bonus to damage, a chance to hit. Even more so from the back, but they also get these advantages. All experience that is gained is shared between the party equally. Now, this is an interesting and kind of a big deal to me. I don't dislike that, but I'm not exactly in love with it either, because sometimes I just really want to focus on one or two characters. Trying to get something done, you know? But at the same time, it's really nice that I won't have to worry about other characters falling behind, so I guess there is that too. Let's go ahead, and I think throw a steroid at the dog, because why wouldn't we just give random animals steroids? Seems like a reasonable thing that a person would totally do. You have an AoE ability that I'd like to use, since they're kind of playing together. Now, he's a ranged unit that's called a sharpshooter, but what I'm really confused about is... And it sounded like he was shooting a gun, but I don't think he has a gun. I think he's throwing things at people. I'm not exactly sure. We would probably know if we would have done the storyline option, but we'll figure it out in due time. As for you, let's go ahead and attack him. We kind of want to focus down on this guy here. 22 doesn't seem to be a lot more damage, considering the steroid that we threw at him. Let's see here, 28. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a huge amount. It probably says the amount of damage that we get buffed for it, but considering that we didn't use him to shoot and we're out somewhere between 15 and 20 damage there, like, I would expect that to be made up then in the next 2 turns of attacks, and I think we're overall losing damage. But I guess we'll find out. We'll keep our focusing that way, because one thing that I did learn was that you could stand on dead bodies. Something I'm not used to in most games. I like it. I think I like that change, but it's not something I'm used to. It's a nice dodge. These people are closing in a little bit quicker than I wanted to. Let's go ahead and use your ability again. She is focus-based, so we don't want to do this stuff too much. But I really like the way that looks. Over there for now. I don't think anybody really needs heal. Let's go ahead and move you. There's no counterattacks from what I've seen, so I don't think that's a real problem with using your ranged unit right here. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the skill. Steroid, 100% chance to hit, increases the allies' damage. It just says gives the status attack up, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't say exactly how much. Interesting. We can probably look and see that. But considering we did 15 damage there, like, did we... These 2 attacks, did they get 15 damage worth between 2 attacks? Like, I don't know. And if not, then what was the point, I guess? Other than if he wasn't able to get in the fight, I suppose. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it's not a complex thought process, but I don't feel like I'm doing a great job explaining what I'm trying to say there. This should put him down. Excellent. What is it that I might want to do with you? Let's go stand here. And I want to use common presence because these 2 people are FP based, I want to say. So we'll try to get our FP back. It's kind of like healing. So they're piling in. If you can keep lining up, that would be great, thank you. But I'll still take them up on that. 9 damage there is to what she's got. Let's go ahead and position ourselves behind this gentleman here, as you do. One thing that we can do, she has an ability called Gut Smash, which is a terminology I've heard in other uses, but more or less has a chance to stun. So let's go ahead and try to do that. I don't know if it's a guaranteed chance to stun, or if it's just a chance to stun. One thing it says here is chance 75, 56. Now, I'm assuming this means 75% chance if they take damage via health, or 56 if it's damage via focus, but I don't know that for sure. Well, he did not seem to have stunned, so there is that, I suppose. Let's go ahead and take a step back there. I'm not sure if that really gains us any ability. And while I said I was going to try to stop doing this ability all the time because it's kind of using your health to do it, you can't pass up 3 in a row here. It's 3 in a row. Linda, she's just pumping out the damage on these guys. Here and do a very similar thing again. He's not down. So, question. What exactly do you want to do with you? I think the answer is going to be, once again, to try to quote-unquote heal people, specifically her. She's just going through so much FP right now. One thing people can do if they are standing next to the dog, which I think is just a really cute thing, is they can pet the dog. Uses their turn like a weight, but it also gives them focus back. This is what I'm afraid of. We have to reap what we've sown now. Not you I'm worried about. It's this one or this one, kind of closing her off and surrounding her. Like so. Yeah, so we could put the dog here. It doesn't really say it, but it's a P. That's not what we wanted. There we go. That's a lot of damage. I feel like we kind of wasted. We overkilled him by like 25 points. However, do you want to try to get her out of here? That's half her supplies for 20% of her AP, or FP, which is 10 points. It's basically all she's got left. Definitely not going to use an ability. Well, that's not true. Because she does have an ability called Blink Step, which gets her the heck out of places. Move with lightning speed to the target location. Does not consume an action, but cannot be used again this turn. It's going to cost 4. So we have 2 choices here. We can either get her just relative safety. This is pretty safe, or a very low amount of safety. Much safer where she is, but then she can say her pet the dog. And I think I want to do that. Love it. We have reduced Earth. I don't know what that means. Hopefully we can find out. I was hoping for like a status. Page here. There's lots of traits and stuff here too to look at. I don't want to spend a lot of time going into it, as that's something I'm sure we will do with time. But it's cool to see so many things here they like kind of level up and look at. Let's go ahead and pet the dog. And fix you this way. Hopefully that was worth it. Nice. 8. I mean, 8's something for sure. Gets her back on her feet again. But she's better than she was, at least. Doggo was hurting a little bit. I don't think that's something we necessarily need to worry too much about. I think I'd rather shoot this guy in the back. Silly enough to face to me, or I should say face away from me, then I'll punish him for it. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and throw out a barrage. Right there. That looks very meaningful to me. These AoEs are really pumping out the damage. And then we can go ahead and probably just use you for another homing attack, because I want to say that your FP is still very low. It's mostly for her. But you could use him too. I mean, wouldn't hurt, right? He's probably going to start taking damage here soon, so I think it's a decent idea. Not enough FP. I like how I have 2 options here. You cannot do it. Cancel or confirm. What am I confirming? Alright, well that option is just out, I guess. I didn't realize that it took so much of his FP. I guess that's what you get when you don't pay attention. One thing you could do then is take shots with her, but I don't think that's quite necessary. Let's just go ahead and get up here. We'll just do a regular old attack. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna keep going it on. I'm gonna stand behind him and do a slash. I don't think that's quite worth it. We'll have the dog keep getting her AT back up. Keep healing a bit. I'm okay with that. Oof. I'm pretty happy I did that now. Surprised that he didn't move over this side so he could get over here. Surprised they're going for my tankiest unit as much as they are. Let's go ahead and position you over here to make sure we are getting indeed a back attack. I don't think I want to use you attacking that guy. Let's move here. I think this guy's gonna be able to finish him off in a row. So let's work on getting him back down. Now I'm hoping that he can take out both of them. That's my hope. Like so. Oh, those crits! So that ability he has that's kind of counting up here is increasing his chance to crit until he does crit, I believe. So should lose it now, is my understanding. You're still pretty low in your FP, but we're going to be able to one-shot you, so let's get you in there. So your FP did not go up these turns. Interesting. I didn't know if you'd slowly be getting FP every turn. I guess the answer is no. Something to be more mindful about in the future, I suppose. There's a lot of walking for a little doggo. And not do that. We'll hit the correct button this time. Just want to move in a little bit more. Which is a side attack. And we'll put him in the ground. I don't know what happens if somebody dies on... Oh, I guess I do right here. I was going to say if somebody dies on top of another good unit. Sometimes people, like, move over. It seems like they just stack them. Stacks on stacks on stacks. And there's our victory. With our generic supplies. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Get a nice little victory song. Is everyone okay? I'm still breathing. Fine. Alright, looks clear. Well, that was exciting. Yeah, about that. Going forward, perhaps we can all discuss things first before doing anything incredibly hasty. Yeah. Goddamn maniac. Are you trying to get us killed? Okay, we're gonna have to deal with them sooner or later. Just seeing how they're gonna react to us. It's just speeding things up a little. If you talked about it with us first, we might have agreed with you. Don't make these decisions on your own. Alright, I got it. Sorry. So, what do we do now? We can't stay here. They'll catch us eventually. Alright, we should continue on with our original plan. Check out the cabin, and get whatever supplies we can. What then? We're trying to go up the mountain? You're joking. We're not exactly equipped for that. Perhaps there'll be something that we can use in the cabin. Either way, we'll have a better idea of what our options are after we get there. Sound good? Sounds good. Sure, fine with me. Let's do it. Woof. I'm interested in this kind of mechanic. It seems to be on rails, which normally I don't like with games, but with this type of gameplay, or this type of game, I should say, that's something I'm totally fine with. Hot damn graph. What the hell was that? How did you learn to launch coins like that? My sister taught me. Guns were out of the question. Like I said, I don't think he's actually shooting anything. I don't know if he's just got like a slingshot or something. Sounds like he had a rough. Could have been worse. We managed. Could always be worse. Alright, so this is kind of like a in-between game stage or a battle stage kind of thing, which I like a lot. We can do different things. Manage our party, manage the inventory, manage the unit formation, things of the such. I don't have a problem with the formation as for now. It really doesn't mean anything to me. Inventory-wise, we don't have anything other than generic supplies. Options, there are a fair amount of options to look at here. One thing that I kind of want to point out is this difficulty stuff right here, which is really cool. So you can just, at any point, up the difficulty. Now, if you lower the difficulty below 100% on any of these things, it says here that you will no longer be able to earn achievements, which I think is perfectly fair, especially if that's something you care about. Achievements aren't something that I care too much about. I'm not saying I've never gone achievement hunting in games before, but for the most part, I think they're kind of fickle. Let somebody earn achievements on 25%. If gaming's not really your thing, or these kind of games aren't your thing, but you just want to try it out, and I don't feel like you should really rob people of that kind of experience. I understand people will abuse that to get achievements that they didn't really earn, but who cares? I don't understand why people care about that, but whatever. To each their own. The only thing that I want to really point out to you guys is the settings, just so people are interested in these kinds of things they can see. By default, it launches not in full screen, which is it's not my style. However, I do like how there's different volume settings, and I do like that you can really change this. This is a really nice setup for people. There's a fair amount of things going on here. I would like to see more game options for things, but like I said, this is a solo developer. I'm very impressed. Anytime any game that comes out, even just halfway decent by a solo dev, I'm impressed. To do anything, like all the artwork, all the music, even if it's just sourcing some of those things, not to mention make gameplay mechanics work and stuff like that, I'm impressed. Good for you guys. I don't know what the 25 minutes here means. Is that how long I've been playing? Is that much longer I have in the demo? It can't be. The demo has to be limited in terms of storyline. Like, thank you for completing it. Either way, there does seem to be a next battle kind of thing going on here. So we can go in here, we can level up things, but the problem is that we can't because we didn't actually level. One thing I really like here a lot is side storyline discussions between people. I think this is a really cool mechanic. You're just kind of camping out and chit-chatting about what's going on. Okay, now that we have a second to breathe, what were those things? Well, if I didn't know any better, I'd say they were werewolves. Werewolves don't exist. I wish it was a little faster. Silence. They seem pretty damn real to me. Can your situation get any worse? The situation can always get worse. Probably. She's right. I don't have much wisdom to give the everyday person, but I can tell you that no matter what is going on, it can always be worse. The lesson there is not a pessimistic one. Just, try to appreciate the things that are going well, because it could always be worse. So here you can see different stats. It's nice because it does kind of give you an idea of what each one does. Agility apparently is a chance to dodge, takes reduced damage, increases turn speed. Oh, that's pretty nice. So that's really cool. A chance to increase space damage by a small amount. I like that. I do like all the information that we can get from hovering over things. Each character has traits. That's really cool. Abilities, passives, things like that. There's a lot to read here. Like I said, I don't want to kind of bog down the video with this stuff. This is something that we'll kind of gain as we go on. I'll go quickly over the abilities that we have since I've already played this and you didn't really get to see the first time. Hindering Strike is pretty cool. It delays their turn. Sonic Boom is the one that shot in a giant lion. And Blink Step we saw. We got to kind of dance around a little bit. Blinds a target. It's a ranged blind attack. Barrage is that AoE we did. And Deadeye is a passive that has on. This is the one that counts up every turn. Gives a bonus chance to hit critical. And increases critical damage each turn. She has the Gut Smash ability, which has a chance to stun somebody. Fastball is the ability to pick up and throw characters. Now, I originally thought this was to throw characters into each other for damage and stuff, but I don't believe this is the fact. If you throw an enemy, it does damage to them. If you throw an ally, it does not. Channeling a Shot is basically a taunt. Doggo here can do the partner up abilities. Like I said, passive one here. Which, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm an idiot. That doesn't say passive at all. Dyslexia for the win. It's Pavaz. It's a guard, basically. Think like Final Fantasy Knights. They can guard somebody or cover, depending on which one we're talking about. Repose is the same thing, except it gives counterattacks and stuff, taking the damage. And then Calming Presence is the ability that I used too often to restore everyone's FP, apparently. Doctor here has the steroid that buffs people's attack, buffs people's defense. I would love to get an idea for how much, and then Salve just heals. And they have like ring drives, which I don't know what those are yet. Oh, apparently we can swap them out and unequip them. Let's not do that. Base cost FP is down. I wonder, can we unequip it? Can dog get it now? We can't. Interesting. Because that could lower our prominent cousins quite a bit, I would assume. I'm not going to do that because I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I probably shouldn't screw with it. But we'll leave it for right now. But anyways, for now, that's this game. Please, please, please let me know what you think. Hopefully everything sounds and looks good in terms of your guys'. There's no problems with OBS or anything like that like I had earlier. Of course, I'll watch the video again just to make sure that it seems okay, but I always like to know what other people think. Let me know what you think of this game. I'm really excited to play it. I'm really excited to be putting videos back on YouTube. I know it's been a very long time. I've been wanting to put videos back on YouTube for a while now, but it's been a real problem of what is it do I really want to play? This channel is a very heavy Battle Brothers focused channel, and I just don't think I have it in me to play any more Battle Brothers. I'm a never say never kind of guy. Not saying I will never do it, but I'm still pretty burnt out on it. That being said, I want to say thank you to everyone that came by periodically and just kind of said, hey, how you been? Are you planning to put more videos again out? We like your content. I miss you. I try to respond to everyone that did that. It means very much to me. I miss you guys on YouTube very, very much. I know a lot of people that watched me on YouTube never really were able to make it to, or cared enough to, or whatever might be the reason to come to Twitch, where I was still streaming pretty regularly. I know it's a whole different environment and setup, but it's still good to hear from everybody. So I am dying to hear from you guys. Please let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you're excited for the game. I'm excited for it. I do believe I'll be putting out more episodes, at the very least finishing up the demo. And I'm assuming unless something happens, I don't suddenly just start disliking the game, that we'll play the game and probably put that on the channel, as well as maybe some other games I have in mind to play, but probably not Battle Brothers. Like I said, never say never, but maybe not. Regardless, I hope you guys have a great day, stay safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.